Good morning. It is the 24th, day after Thanksgiving. Beautiful day out today. Walking around in the woods a little bit. I'm actually on a 15-minute break at work. I just parked over on the side because I usually get around the same route, and every once in a while I'll get a delivery that's out here in the woods, and it's really nice to take the break. Relaxing. Other than that one plane flying over top. Thanksgiving was awesome. Had a great time with my daughter. We did a bunch of cool stuff. And now back to real life. Dude, look at the woods. Something about being out in the wilderness is so peaceful. I used to go on hikes all the time when I was younger with my grandfather. And now that Ellie's getting old enough, I think we're gonna start having to do that with her. We've done like one or two small ones, but walking at long distances is still tough for her. She's only 3. Well, she'll be 3 in a week. But I think she'll enjoy them. She loves going on adventures, and I think adventures will be something that me and her will start to do a lot more. Makes me feel close to my grandfather, who was super cool. Big influence in my life. But like, look, it's so peaceful. Like, I'm the only thing not peaceful here right now. But just wanted to stop and record a little bit. Just listen to that piece. Super entertaining video. But I'm on my break, so I'm gonna go sit on the side of my car, eat some food, and then head on to the next thing. Let's get into some fun transitions again. I used to miss that. Here we go. Back in a truck. This mount's not super secure, so you might move around a little bit, but that's all right. I am loving this new job. I'm not going to say the company, but it's delivery. So, not because I think the company would care, but you never know with these days in social media. So, not even going to say where I'm at. But it's really fun. I was getting so sick of working retail, and I was making more money doing it, but I was getting so sick of working retail. It was draining my life away. Not only because the work-life balance in retail just doesn't exist. One, you have random schedules every week, so your work schedule's never consistent, so you can never really plan your life out. You have constant phone call, because I was management, constant phone calls for people who were calling out, issues on your day off. So even when you were off, you weren't really off, and you were salary. At least I was salary. So I'd work 6 or 7 days some weeks, 70 to 80 hours, and I'm not necessarily complaining about working that many hours. But after 40, you're not getting paid any more money. So it's okay sometimes, but when it became a consistent, the company's pinching pennies, we're not going to hire people, so now you're like, you kind of have to work 6 or 7 days. Then it just got to the point where it's like, what the hell's the point of this? And then you're managing, in a lot of retail settings, you have a couple adults, depending on what retail company you're with. Sometimes more adults, but a lot of kids, or at least young adults who just don't really, and why would they, care about the company's vision. So when things like the company's vision kind of interfere or contradict like what makes sense, like selling a protection plan that a customer doesn't want, or some want it, but that's not the point. And it just it was just a headache. Now I show up to work, I don't have to be here till 10 in the morning, so I get my mornings back to myself. I show up, I get my packages for the day. I spend maybe a half hour to an hour around other people, coworkers, other employees, Sorry if it's a little noisy. And then I'm on the road for anywhere between 6 to 9 hours, depending on the route. And when I'm done, if I'm done really early, I'll go pick up packages, some more packages, and make a couple more stops. But otherwise, when I'm done, I'm done. I go home, they don't call me, nothing like that. Plus, it's kind of being like Santa every day. Every single person I go to give packages to is like, oh my God, you're giving me presents. Yes, they ordered and paid for them, but it's like I'm bringing presents to people. Other than the occasional don't walk on my grass type person, which really you'll see like one every other month. Apart from that, everyone loves to see it. So it's also good socially to interact with customers. And then I'm out all day. With retail, it was like you're in a building all day, which, retail for me was like I can do this because, yeah, I'm inside all day, but I'm moving. I'm not sitting at a desk, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with desk work. It's just not for me. I'm jittery. I like to move a lot. Sitting at a desk, I had one cubicle job. I hated it. Retail was kind of that like middle ground of, yeah, I'm still inside, but I get to walk around all day, be physically active, which is nice. But with this, I'm physically active and I'm outside all day. And I'm not just sitting, on an 8-hour drive, 4 hours of it is actually sitting in the seat. The other 4 hours is getting out, taking the package to the door. So it's a constant, not 4 hours and 4 hours, but 5 minutes in the car to the next stop, 2 minutes out, dropping off the package, vice versa. Sometimes there's like 4 stops on a block, so I might be not even getting in the car. I might be walking back and grabbing a package, walking to the next thing. So I'm very active. I like being outside. It's been great. But it's just been good. Like I said, I make a little less money. Win some, lose some. But they have opportunities for overtime, stuff like that, so it's cool. All of this is to say I'm in a much better headspace. I really enjoy my life much more because my life used to be work with a side of family and hobbies. Now my life is family and hobbies with a side of work. Yeah, I'm still working 40 to 50 hours a week, but it doesn't feel like I'm working. I get my mornings, I get my night times. Work itself isn't stressful. I'm not getting called on my days off, so when I'm home, I'm present. So much better headspace. But I just pulled up to my next stop, so let me transition.
It's the next morning. I forgot to film an outro, so here's your outro. See you tomorrow.